What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and this is a growing trend where one particular group of people is disparaged, and then the person who does that is given an important role in Hollywood or, in cartoons or whatever. All of these, disgusting, opinions from what I can only describe as deeply troubled people continue to be rewarded. We saw this with Christiana Ariel, if that's her name, I remember right, from Star Wars, where she had a half a dozen white people. White people are the root of, I just really hate white people, friggin' white people. And not only were there no consequences for that, Lucasfilm tweeted out publicly from their brand account support for this woman, thereby tacitly endorsing her opinions. Freaking white people, right? To me, this is just a blatantly racist behavior. Comments. I had somebody try to come at me with the, only white people can be racist because institutional blah 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 blah. I reject that woke garbage that excuses bad behavior of everyone else. There's absolutely this type of behavior. Everyone is capable of being awful. I don't want to hear about your weaselly ways to get out of it. Here we have the CW hires anti-white racist Yana Peralt for a live-action Powerpuff Girls show. The CW, which is owned by Viacom and AT&T, hired a person with just terrible opinions. Peralta is slated to play Buttercup Utonium alongside Chloe Bennett and Dove Cameron. Deadline explains that she was the rebellious BA of the Powerpuff Girls in its heyday. More sensitive than her tough exterior suggests, Buttercup has spent her adulthood trying to shed her Powerpuff Girl identity and live an anonymous life. Peralt retweeted this account from comingsoon.net from her personal Twitter account. Oopsie! You know what that means. And it's her personal Twitter account where she's expressed clear anti-white opinions, contempt for America, and hatred for supporters of Donald Trump. Shocking! God, are we still talking about Trump? It's March. Turn the page. In December 2020, these are not like old tweets. I can't stand most white men. However, I would marry Seth Rogen. Well, if you're not Jewish, anyway. In December 2020, she took issues with white women writing. Maybe I'm wrong, but white women reading tarot cards feels not right. In November 2020, she wrote, "Wow, that's just a joke. White chocolate tastes like gentrification. That's just a joke. I don't really think that's particularly bad. There's plenty of others." In September 2020, she went after white people in general, writing, "I love how it took RBG passing for all the white people in my life to suddenly panic and feel hopeless, like our world is actually effed. Like, welcome to 2020. Wondered when you'd arrive. Y'all funny." Isn't it? You know what I think is funny? People with opinions like this who have the audacity to pretend that they have the moral high ground in literally anything. Obviously, it's your right to express your opinions, but when it's nothing I hate more than a loud white man. I effing hate old white men. Fall dead, scum of the earth. Here's another one. I hate old white men. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. I just don't understand where this is okay. I mean, if you want to do an exercise, just change white to any other color or race. Do you think that that would be commonly accepted? White folk, I have an easy project for you today. Google what is AAVE and stop using it. Well, AAVE is an acronym for African American Vernacular English, also known as Ebonics. Just minutes before that tweet, she wrote, "White girls, please stop saying period. Y'all put it on everything and it never hits. Yeah, stupid white girls. Freaking whites." I mean, what is this? You know, November 2016, she wrote, "I was in the dairy aisle looking for cheese and I saw white American. I felt too many things." Gotta love when people need to say K, but not all white people, not everybody, not all hope is lost. How stupid do you think I am? So it's not even like, she has the opportunity here to have a, hashtag not all moment and literally outright refuses it. Why would anybody want to consume a product that profits this person who is just an open racist? There's literally no other way to define it. The argument I had with another YouTube, it wasn't an argument, it was just a discussion that we had. When I brought up this original post, they said something like, well, he basically said black people can't be racist. That's what he said, which is hilarious. Of course they can. The idea that they use this long definition about institutional power is absurd and a shield. I don't have any institutional power, right? But if I walk down to the South Side or let's just say I was calling dropping the hard R in a disparaging manner about black folks, wouldn't that be racist? Okay. I don't have this institutional power that you claim is the only reason, that you can't be racist. What would you call what Nick Cannon said about Jewish folks? Is that just an okay thing? It's a way to excuse terrible behavior. And the problem is, I guarantee you, if I look in the replies of these tweets, it's just a ton of white people saying, "Slay Queen, yes, oh, you're so stunning and brave." White people, embrace this garbage. It's like there's some sort of original sin. America was never great. Okay. Well, there's nothing keeping you here, is there? It's just calling, hillbillies, insomnias, I'm convinced I scare white boys, lol. I mean, your hateful attacks, your hateful opinions, it doesn't scare me. It makes me extremely sad for you. This is the state of Hollywood now. They're hiring open racists and flaunting it. We are seeing this at Disney and Lucasfilm, most prominently with the hiring of Christiana Ariel and subsequent defense of her terrible comments. Now, I would like to believe that these people don't walk around just hating people based on their skin color, that Twitter is just rewarding these quips, these hot takes. But it's difficult to, when you have 1,000 of them, it's difficult to excuse it. AT&T, who is part owner of the CW, is no stranger either. They hired an open Marxist in BLM Matter, or BLM co-founder Patrice Cullors. Cullors. Not only that, AT&T also owns Cartoon Network, which put out a PSA telling people to see color in order to be anti-racist. Hollywood is doubling and tripling down on this. Here's the problem. If you keep telling people who don't have negative opinions of other people based on their skin color that they do, that they have this sort of original sin of being white, what do you think's going to happen? I'm just saying, you know, the inconvenient truth. You keep accusing people of being horrible based on just an inherent physical attribute. You're going to start to create hate. It's almost like that's what some people want. I don't subscribe to this idea that you need some sort of institutional blah 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 to be to say racist things. And as long as Hollywood keeps hiring people with these garbage opinions, it's easy to just skip. Now, obviously, the Powerpuff Girls isn't a show that's aimed to me, but I know a lot of my viewers are fathers and mothers out there, and maybe their kids wanted to watch it. Or maybe they grew up watching Powerpuff Girls and they wanted to watch this live action, which is going to be terrible, I'm sure. Just remember where your money's going then. You know, it's going to support somebody that has no problem disparaging an entire race of people because, quite frankly, it's profitable and disgusting. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.